as far as plot changes, not really. What's happened is it's expanded. It's no longer an hour and a half movie. That plot is now only a piece of broader plot. But yeah, a lot of the stuff still happens from the movie, still happens in the series, just spaced out more with the same characters. I'm trying to find out where our writer is.
Who else has any more questions?
I was gonna say, so like traits that come out from like being a werewolf, do they appear when they're human as well?
We do. Well, okay. That was discussed. I don't know what I can and cannot say. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, yeah.
Like, it's been discussed. There are some things I'm not really sure what I can tell you without giving away key plot. So, yes, sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Said maybe.
Is the bondage kill scene still going to be in there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, alright. You guys will know, and the makeup crew, I actually had a meeting with the makeup crew last week on this, because they're trying to figure out some of the things we've thrown at them I've got them scratching their heads. We will have a death by transformation scene in Freeborn. I'm not going to say who, I'm not going to say how it's going to happen, plot-wise, but I will say that we like to look at all the things that happen in werewolf movies and then look at real-world physics and go, really? Really? Gravity still applies if you're a werewolf. I'm sorry. You might be stronger, but you're not going to turn into a 250-pound werewolf and skitter across the ceiling. Gravity still applies. We may have a werewolf try to run up the walls and fall on his ass. But I always do that.
Can you have just put them on a roller coaster and have them shift on the roller coaster to get decapitated? Just saying, that'd be
Probably
hilarious.
not going to happen.
That'd be a danger. That'd be a danger.
Is shifting an all or nothing?
Is what?
When they shift an all or
Yeah.
nothing?
The later you get, the longer you are the werewolf, sometimes you can shift parts.
Do they have just aspects?
But you have to really have control.
So
And
if you
that's
forget the can opener.
really, really, really hard to do.
Yes, yeah. You know what? And I would love to see that. I would love to see it where like someone grow claws to use this can opener. That'd be funny.
Just grow
I'll
claws.
get shot down. I'll get shot down by the writing department. I know
Yeah,
it.
that's not gonna happen.
Maybe just like one finger. Like one finger pop.
Just driving the car, flicks them off.
Are you having younger werewolves like teenagers?
We're starting out with adults on the other.
No, we have a couple of young adults.
Yeah.
We're not doing teeny.
Just like some nice kids on the deal range.
That will be happening later on in the series.
Not yet.
But what we're doing is we're trying to emphasize the adult cast, young adult and even older adult cast, simply because we want to get away from the Twilight era.
Thank you.
It's all about the young werewolves that all look cool and run around doing that, you know.
Never wear a shirt.
This is not Twilight by any stretch of the imagination.
Not for you.
It's a lot grittier. Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
If you put
You actually brought up a
Wait, there were vampires in Twilight? Are there werewolves in Twilight?
alpha mentality and pack mentality. Is that play a part even when they're human? Or
We as Freeborn don't really do packs or alphas. Those are what Tony has called human ones. We have groups that we hang out with just because we're all alike in personality, or we utilize who we are as friendships. And yeah, there's typically a leader, but there's typically a leader in communities too.
right?
And so we hang out with a core group, but we're not, okay, this is the good pack, this is the bad pack,
Gotcha.
this is the alpha. It's more just kind of flow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely, we took out the whole, I'm the alpha of this pack. We took that out. Nobody says that.
Too cheesy.
If we've got a group of friends, who in our circle of friends, when we go out and goes, I'm the alpha of this group. You kind of know. Usually a group of friends has a hub person that kind of is the hub connection between all the friends in the group usually. And usually there are people that kind of follow one person's lead. That's technically the alpha. Alpha is a human word that was created by humans to describe wolf society. Why would werewolves, real werewolves in the world today, try to adopt that term? We're the real McCoy.
We don't call ourselves werewolves. We're just wolves.
Yeah, we're just wolves.
We're just wolves. It's very nonchalant. It's very, alright, that's what we are. It's not, we are this thing and oh my god. No.
What matters is what you do and go through.
Okay.
And the fact that we are all very comfortable in this room that werewolves do not exist, right? Who thinks werewolves really exist?
Like it.
Well, most of us in this room are comfortable in the fact that werewolves are fantasy creatures. Okay? But what would happen if a real werewolf, someone in this audience, stood up and physically transformed really right now?
I whip out my phone and take pictures.
Take pictures and
Everybody get behind Jamil.
Everybody get behind Jamil.
No, I just pull out my phone.
But the
and take
truth
pictures.
is, our sense of reality is usually very well based in the fact that that kind of thing just can't happen. It defies the laws of physics. Come on. Someone dressed up as a werewolf, maybe, you know. But if someone physically shifted, man, our worlds would be rocked.
Best publicity stunt
It's
ever.
like aliens landing and walking out. I mean, it's like, so suddenly, that's it. That's the mystery solved. There's no more mystery about it. It's real. Aliens are now walking around. I mean, it's like it's a 9/11 moment. It's like the world just changed, and you knew it.
So in your world, does the humans know about the werewolves?
No.
Or is it an underground thing?
Totally underground.
Okay.
Underground, but above ground is being underground.
Well, yeah,
I mean, there could be werewolves up here. You'd never know it.
Would the werewolves in their wolf forms be able to speak, or would they be speaking like growls?
It'll be noises, growls, things like that. When you become a wolf, you don't really have human vocal cords. We're not going to have big wolves with muzzles walking around going, "Hey, can you pass me a cup of coffee?" No.
Earlier you mentioned, again, people who have the advanced control not to do it. You have the opposite perspective where someone is just a werewolf all the time. Or would you have that?
There are people that have gone feral. There are wolves that have gone feral.
Okay, good. I guess kind of answers my next question. Is there a limit to how long you can stay in the wolf form?
Now,
This is an animal.
once you have control of it, you can stay a wolf all the time if you want.
If you stay in your wolf form for a matter of time, would you be able to shift back to human, or would you be stuck as a wolf?
I don't think you'd be stuck, but you'd be more inclined to stay as a wolf. Really. I mean, it'd be one of those, you know how the longer you put off doing something major, the harder it is to do it. Because you're like, I'm putting it off. Yeah, but now it's a really big deal. So I want to, well, wait a week and think. It becomes just a bigger and bigger deal to do it. And then you start wondering, well, why am I doing it anyway? Is it that important for me to do that? Or I can just stay a wolf. I don't need to.
So would the thinking process turn more animalistic, or would the process thinking of like human?
Our thinking process is already animalistic. We're humans. We want three things. Let's be honest. Comfort, food, sex. Period. Money buys all three. Okay? But look at anything that we strive to do. Love, relationships, anything. All goes down to the same instincts. Comfort, food, sex. Think about it. And these wolves, basically, yeah, those instincts become more predominant. They exist to exist. That's why it's called Freeborn. Is that a lot of the wolves that were involved, a lot of people involved in the pack's den, I said, what is it about, if you could be a werewolf, what is it you would like most about it? We only had one person say killing people. I don't know what happened to that person, but most people said freedom. Freedom from the IRS, from envy, from greed, from taxes, from money, from all of that stuff, just to go exist. And just, you know, if you're hungry, hunt. If you're tired, sleep. You just do. You just be, you know? And there's a real draw for wolves in Freeborn to say, man, it's a great release, you know? I don't have to worry about anybody worried about what I'm gonna wear or whether I've got to brush my hair, you know, or any of that stuff. Big load off.
Are the transformations going to be boring, like tearing out the skin?
No, we're not doing skin tearing. We're not doing skin bursting werewolves. We're doing actual transformations. This has been one of the difficulties. The makeup department is doing, one of the big issues we've been dealing with for the last 3 weeks has been fur. It is hard because there is a difference between fur and scraggly monkey hair. Okay? These wolves will have fur, which means an undercoat. How the heck are we gonna make that? This is what the meeting with the makeup people were. It's like, well, how are you gonna do that? You're not gonna use fabric fur or anything like that. You can't do that and make a, you know. We want to make sure it doesn't look like a suit, like a furry suit or something, and blah, blah, blah. So getting that right is what they're working on right now. So they're working on a combination of flocking with punching. So we'll have punching, but hopefully on a flock undercoat that actually gives it more of a fur feel, but doesn't give it a fur suit feel. It's one of the challenges.
Earlier you said that the wolves weren't known about. It's very underground. Is it underground like Blade, or is it truly no one knows about wolves? As far as you straight line.
We do our damnedest to not be.
Are there humans that know about wolves? Yeah, I'm sure there are. Is there do wolves self-govern? For the most part. For the most part. There are some legends about some wolves that kind of take matters into their own hands, and you know, you don't want to risk going to the newspaper with your information. You might wind up dead by other wolves that are like, hey, we don't want you exposing what we are. Nah. And not just because of I'm afraid of getting discovered and getting operated on by scientists. But it's also because a lot of wolves still have a connection to humanity. And they know what it was like. You want to see the Catholic Church turn off tomorrow? Just prove we exist. We're not demons. We're real. We turn into wolves. It's a physical transformation. Oh yeah, it defies physics. It defies religion. If aliens actually landed, the whole world will change. Suddenly, not only are we not alone in the universe, all these billions of dollars NASA's spending on space exploration, guess what? All the questions are answered. We're not alone. Now they're aliens. Whole new ballgame. A lot of us want to avoid the new ballgame, simply because it would really throw chaos into humanity. You know? These cons wouldn't happen. Instead, if it were a werewolf con, let's say, wouldn't really be happening. Instead, we'd be getting phone calls from people saying, hey, could you bite us? You know? And then there would be people who would think that just the very premise is evil. It would throw a lot of kinks. So yeah, we don't want it, no, at all. Just because the chaos it would cause.